Coming up on this holiday episode of Life in the Carolinas, we're on a search for the Christmas spirit. We'll visit several places in the Carolinas that offer up seasonal activities for everyone to enjoy.
Merry Christmas,
And we'll step back in time for a look at Christmas past. It's all coming up on this festive episode of Life in the Carolinas. Life in the Carolinas is brought to you in HD by the team at Hampton Inn and Suites at Phillips Place, wishing you a happy holiday season and a wonderful new year. Closed caption brought to you by Moosehead Grill, home of Okodani's national award-winning wings, and wishing you a wonderful holiday season. Forest City, North Carolina officially kicks off its holiday celebration on Thanksgiving evening. And it seems like after a day of turkey and pumpkin pie, just about everyone shows up for this very festive annual tradition. Every year, the town's mayor selects an important person to help flip the switch to turn on more than 1 million lights. Santa makes a special appearance as well. And when he makes his way to his house, he has a lot of people waiting to see him. And no doubt, they'll be telling him exactly what they'd like to have under the tree on Christmas morning. What an exciting night. Here in the middle of all these lights, and your dad had a lot to do with it, didn't he?
He certainly did. It was his love. He loved to make Forest City look beautiful.
So how did it happen? How did the lights come about?
He started Christmas decorations in the 60s, and each Christmas he would bring and put the decorations in the park, different decorations, and it was just what we were building at the plant that year, and it was just what he enjoyed.
The trees are decorated now on the bottom, but they didn't used to be decorated the way they're decorated now, right?
Correct. They had the lights on the top of the tree and not on the bottom, and now it's been about 20 years ago they started putting them on just the bottom. And it's just beautiful. I think that makes it.
So your dad would approve?
He would. He certainly would. Yeah, he certainly would.
Christmas parades in Forest City have also been going on for a long time. These images from the 40s show a time when folks got dressed up and came out to celebrate their community during this special time of the year. Things have changed over the years, but not really that much. Well, welcome to the Forest City Christmas Parade. Erin, are you excited?
Oh, I'm excited.
There's something special about a small town parade, and the energy around here is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Erin, looks like we're starting. Here comes the color guard.
Yeah, it's the honor guard. I think they always bring the colors in for the parade.
Look at this great fire engine.
I heard it's 1928.
Wow, 1928.
Mm-hmm. And that's Chief Mark McCurry.
Wow, look at that. That's a beautiful car. Western North Carolina. Merry Christmas.
My dad would love these.
I think I love these. These are great. Oh, Erin, Toys for Tots are coming up now.
Yeah, the Marine Corps does that every year.
They do a wonderful job with Toys for Tots, and not just Toys for Tots, but our Marines in general. They do great work for our nation.
Toys for Tots is a national organization, and we raise toys here in Rutherford County, and I just want to make a comment how generous the people in this county are. For toys and for cash donations, they've done just a remarkable job. It's hard to be unemotional when you pass out the toys to the families. When they come in to collect what we've put together, it's just, if it don't break your heart, nothing will. And it's usually mothers or grandmothers, and almost everyone leave there with tears in their eyes.
I don't know that anybody could go to a Christmas parade and not be excited about this fellow that's coming up now. Santa Claus. There he is. And Mrs. Claus is with him.
She is with him.
What a special treat.
Look at the children waving to Santa.
Hello, Santa. Doing great. Merry Christmas. Hey, did you have a good time today?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you like most?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus wins again.
Favorite holiday memories?
Today it was my granddaughter being on her float for her first dance.
Pretty exciting?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So you had a good time?
Yes, we did.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
One of my favorite Christmas memories was probably smelling Mama cook. I could smell, she would start cooking food the day before. So pies and then sage and the dressing and cloves and the ham. That's probably one of my most favorite memories is the smell of Christmas.
Mama and Mama cooking.
Mama cooking.
On Saturday nights in December, the streets of Forest City feature an impressive collection of carriages. And the riders could not be more pleased with this romantic and nostalgic connection to the past. And what a perfect way for families to enjoy time together.
You can share one wonderful Christmas memory.
I can remember getting a bicycle for Christmas one year and getting to go up to my grandma and grandpa's house and ride the bicycle in the freezing cold. We had a ski mask on, so nobody could see our faces, and we looked, a little weird, but getting those bicycles that year for Christmas was great.
When I was 5 years old, we were very poor. And we didn't think Santa Claus was coming to see us, me and my sister. And we got up Christmas morning, and we had a bag of jelly beans apiece. And we ate those jelly beans one a day. And we were so thankful. And we thank God and we thank Santa Claus. But that was the best Christmas I can ever remember.
There is something special about small-town America during this time of the year. And Forest City has done a fine job of preserving its holiday traditions and adding a few new ones as they go along the way. One thing's for sure, I believe the Christmas spirit lives in Forest City and its people. Coming up, we continue our search for the Christmas spirit on a train ride to Christmastown. The train to Christmastown takes off from Belmont, North Carolina, and is based on the book by the same name, written by Peggy Ellis.
Hey, how are you? You're the chief elf?
I might as well be.
Who knew being greeted by an elf would be so much fun?
I have an elf.
It's a real train ride that lasts for an hour or so and is packed with non-stop holiday fun. It looks like we're all in for a great time and a lot of hot chocolate. I think the nostalgia of a train ride appeals to everyone, regardless of age. I know I sure like it. Hey, it's Bumblebee. He's one of my favorite from the book. There's a lot of excitement on board, and I think the train's getting close to picking up someone special. Christmas memories?
Just hanging out with these people right here. They're the perfect people to be with at Christmas time. They're my family, so.
So it's all about family.
Yeah, setting up the Christmas tree, drinking hot chocolate, and all that stuff.
It's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Whenever I was a little kid and I woke up before everybody else and I got to go watch Christmas movies from like 5 in the morning till everybody else woke up, and then we sat there and unwrapped presents all day.
Well, it's clear that Santa has made a lot of people happy, making this a great adventure. During the holiday season, around 600,000 people visit the little town of McAdenville. Charles Kuralt visited in 1980, and with his national story, the title Christmas Town, USA was permanently affixed. As you might imagine, with such a prominent title, people come from near and far to experience this drive-through wonderland. So what are you guys doing tonight?
So this is a tradition. Every year we come through here, we do a little hayride. I had Christmas lights, but I blew a fuse.
You blew a fuse?
Yeah, I blew a fuse.
Well, you got plenty of lights around you though, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Merry Christmas from Haddonville!
God bless you.
Merry Christmas!
Where are you from?
Brazil.
From Brazil?
Yes.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
So what do you think of all these lights?
It's very beautiful. It's incredible.
So do you have lights like this in Brazil?
Have, but no, it's pretty.
It's pretty. Okay, so it's
not too
beautiful.
much, no.
So why don't you tell us in your from Brazil, give us a very Merry Christmas.
Feliz Natal!
Share with us one of your favorite Christmas memories.
Well, as a family for many, many years, we always had a Christmas Eve picnic, and we'd spread a picnic tablecloth in front of the fireplace, and we'd have ham and cheese and just all sorts of goodies before we went to Christmas Eve service.
That would be when we would all gather at my grandmother and grandfather's old farmhouse. And there would be probably 50 of us running up and down the stairs and going through the bedrooms and opening Christmas gifts all at one time.
Wow. So it was a fun mess.
It was a fun mess, indeed.
Holidays at the Garden is truly a magical time of the year at the beautiful Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens. This is a peaceful and elegant experience, good for all ages. I always feel welcomed by the staff and many wonderful volunteers that love the work of preserving and sharing these botanical wonders. Tell me your favorite memory of Christmas of all times.
I remember hanging the stockings in my house for Santa, getting together with family and friends, Christmas parades, just all the festivities at my grandparents' house.
The Orchid House is always a favorite, and during the holiday season, it's even all the better. There's so many things to see and take in as you tour the gardens, and it's not something to be rushed. Just take your time and enjoy. You'll be glad you did. As I reflect on our visit to Gaston County in search of the Christmas spirit, I'm confident we found it. When we come back, we step back in time in our search for the Christmas spirit.
The American Legion World Series was an outstanding success again. Thanks to all the people who came, to the sponsors, to the national office. It was just wonderful, record-setting attendance. But most importantly, the buy-in of our community and the feeling of the community that this is an event that we're so proud of and that we host and that we get to demonstrate what we're all about. American Legion World Series, I think, would simply say to all the veterans and all the people who are presently serving across the world to defend this great nation, this is a small way that we can show we appreciate you. 117,000 tickets sold for the American Legion World Series, just a small token from a small community to say thank you for protecting us.
Merry Christmas from the American Legion World Series and the Grand Center in Shelby, North Carolina. Yay!
Visiting Reynolda House during the holiday season has become a tradition in Winston-Salem. With elegant decor from the early 20th century, this was the home of R.J. and Catherine Reynolds, and their love for the holiday season is apparent with great attention to detail. Catherine Reynolds' decorating style of using nature is woven into the Christmas theme with magnolia leaves, berries, and various other greenery. The Christmas tree in the study has replicas of the original lights that were used when R.J. and Catherine lived in the home. This home is now a celebrated museum that attracts visitors year-round, but Christmas time has its own special appeal. Downtown Winston-Salem comes to life with the sights and sounds of the holiday season. Each December, the Stevens Center is home to the production of the critically acclaimed all-student production of The Nutcracker, presented by University of North Carolina School of the Arts. It has become a Christmas staple for the region and renowned as one of the best theatrical performances in the state. Not far from the Stevens Center, you can step back in time with our Moravian friends. The baker always starts early in Old Salem, and the holidays are no exception. Salem was founded in 1766 by the Moravians, and they have observed Christmas from the very beginning. With its traditions that have centered on their faith and the value of family and community. Good food, including fresh bread, has always been a part of Moravian balance. And the unique sugar cakes are a big hit during the holiday season. For more than 80 years, the candle tea tradition continues at the Single Brothers House with demonstrations of the craft of making candles. This impressive Puts display represents a Christmassy view of the town of Salem more than a century ago.
The scene that you see is put up every year in October and taken down after Christmas. And it takes a lot of people to put it together.
The Nativity Scene features large hand-carved figures made in Germany. The candle tea is led by the Women's Fellowship of Home Moravian Church and occurs only 2 weekends during the holiday season. The Christmas Love Feast is another important part of Moravian life during this time of the year.
Oh, what a great piece of history you have here, Cheryl.
Yes, this is the St. Philip's African Moravian Church. It's the oldest standing African American church in the state of North Carolina, and it's over 150 years old.
And Christmas is an important time of the year for you.
Oh, absolutely. The Love Feast for African Moravians was a very special time. It allowed them a chance to get together because Love Feast is non-sacramental. Anybody could attend.
Oh, that's great. So what goes on? What happens during the Love Feast?
The Love Feast, it's a song service. It's beautiful music. And at a certain point in the service, everyone shares a simple meal together. Mm-hmm. It's based on the agape meal in the Bible, where you break bread together. Mm-hmm. So the congregation, the women are service dieners, and they pass the bread around, and then the men from the congregation will actually bring out the mugs, which will have the coffee. Wow. Once the service is over, everyone gets a candle. Mm-hmm. The candle, of course, signifies Christ is the light of the world when it's lit. Mm-hmm. The red represents the sacrifice, and Moravians use beeswax, which is a very pure wax, and it represents the purity of Christ. Mm-hmm. So at the end, everyone holds their candle up to show Christ as the light of the world.
The Moravian Christmas is simple, yet well done. A lot of time and care goes into not only creating the decorations, but also the handcrafted gifts.
It's a wonderful time here in Old Salem. It's a time of celebration. Today you're in the Vogler House, and this was the house of John and Christina Vogler, and it was originally built in the year 1819. But we show it to visitors as if they're visiting for the first time in the year 1840. And that's important because by 1840 we did have tabletop Christmas trees.
So now would this be typical for people in Old Salem to have this type of tree?
Some families did by 1840, but not every family did. But every family would have had a putz, spelled P-U-T-Z, and what it means is decorated scene. And you can tell by this one, it is a decorated scene of Old Salem.
So tell me about the ornaments on the tree.
Certainly. The one that comes to mind first is the Springerly cookies. And they have a very intricate design because they are made from a rolling pin that has the designs engraved into it. Now, the other things that would have been on the tree would have been some gifts. For instance, this doll would have been for probably one of the daughters. And if you couldn't fit a gift in the tree, it was not a gift. Basically, they all had to be small, handmade things for the children.
During this time of the year, Moravian stars adorn the merchant windows on the streets of Old Salem. I like shopping with the Moravians. They're good people, and they have certainly done their part in preserving the Christmas spirit. We have great news. Everywhere we went, we found the Christmas spirit. We found it in the hearts and memories of the people of the Carolinas. We saw it in the excited eyes of children. We saw it in the traditions that have transcended the ages. And we saw it the strongest when people came together to observe and celebrate this special time of the year. So, my friends, let us be kind to each other. Let us be happy in the fact that the Christmas spirit is alive and well. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Presents are cool, but the biggest present is spending time together.